Hello, hello. Welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hello.
What?
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking about all the Scientology talk that we had this weekend, and I'm like, being a lizard. Hello.
Okay.
A space lizard.
You're being a reptilian right now?
Yeah, that thing. Mm-hmm.
So,
I wonder if they were inspired by reptites from Chrono Trigger.
Hey, thank you for bringing that on.
You're welcome. I paid attention, even though you think I didn't.
I'm glad you did. Because it was a lot of fun. Let me.
It was something.
let me get into something before we go into our usual Patreon plug. So now that you're saying that reptilians and all
Reptites.
the reptites and the fucking
Space lizards.
no, the crazies that Tom Cruise is part of.
Scientologists.
The Scientologists, yes.
Sorry, don't want to offend any of our listeners if you're a Scientologist.
I wholeheartly want to.
It's kind of crazy. It's cuckoo.
No, if you're a Scientologist, I wholeheartedly
want to help you. am
offending you. Come after me. I don't care. Scientology is a scam. Anyways, so I told you that I found a TikTok that was all alien conspiracy theories.
Oh my God.
Theories and everything.
Yeah.
I spent the better part of 2 hours.
You're the kind of person that would get sucked into Scientology.
No, because I know a scam from fucking crazy.
From TikTok, you know a scam from TikTok.
No, I know a scam separate from crazy conspiracy theories. Because alien conspiracy theories, they're fun. I think they're fun.
I mean, let's be real. Like, there is something else out there. There's no way that in these massive universes and galaxies that we are the only thing. There's no fucking way.
They just found a galaxy this week that is, I think, triple the size of the Milky Way. So
it gives me anxiety.
Anyways, so I found this TikTok that was all alien conspiracy theories, like people who have gone to alien bases in Antarctica and all that shit.
Area 51.
And a lot of it, like, I feel like it tracks, like it just feels like it is possible and whatnot. But there was this one that it was this dude talking, saying that he met a reptite in his dream. A reptilian. He met a reptilian in his dreams. And the reptilian took him through a portal into their own home world and showed him that the reason why the reptilians are on Earth eating humans is because they used to have shaman that would open portals into dimensions that were all filled with food for the reptilians to go eat. But because the shamans started dying out because they started leaning more towards science than their religion, now they're going hungry and they have no other choice but to come to Earth to eat humans.
Uh-huh.
So that's I saw it. I was like, yeah, if I was a carnivorous giant space lizard, I would come to Earth to eat these greasy monkeys. Because, yeah, these hairless greasy monkeys are delicious. Anyways, our Patreon plug. You mentioned the reptites. We did 4 episodes for The Road of Chrono Trigger.
We did.
Episode number 4 came out.
Please go listen to them. Don't make it have been for nothing.
Yes.
Please, God.
Please. It was 4
go
weeks.
Listen.
4 weeks. A total of almost 4 hours of just Chrono Trigger story talk. The last one released late Thursday night, because we didn't have time to.
We had a really fucking busy week. Really fucking busy.
To record, but we did record it. It's a pretty fun episode. Just please go listen. Patreon.com/anovelconsole, $2 a month. Gets you access to a lot of episodes. This week, we have another episode coming. Is it going to be a Karradyne episode, or is it going to be a Chris episode?
Oh, I was going to say next week.
Oh.
Because this week we got to record like Friday night, the regular episode.
That's true.
Because I got a baby birthday party.
That's true.
Yeah. So it might be next week that we start the next Patreon.
Then probably not, because I think I have enough for one episode of Cyberpunk.
Okay, that works.
So, and again, Cyberpunk episode is getting pushed out to mid-March.
Beginning of March, the first March episode, right?
Second.
Wait, no.
Second March episode, or if not, then April. Jesus Christ. Because we got 2 episodes of Lord of the Rings in March.
Our second March episode is our guest episode.
Our guest
That's
episode?
not Cyberpunk. Yes.
Okay, then we'll look into the dates and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
All right?
You'll know as it comes.
Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming because I'm dying to do another Backlog of Doom episode, but we haven't put out the first one. So anyways, please share this episode with your friends. It works every week. We get a shit ton of listens. We really appreciate it. We are just in love with this whole idea of telling you guys to tell your friends to listen.
Spread the word.
Spread the words because we love seeing those numbers go up. And
make us famous.
Apart from seeing those numbers go up, we also love seeing our friends get married.
We do. It's so sweet. And it makes us all nostalgic and happy and wanting to have a big wedding.
We absolutely loved seeing our past guest Nick and his wife Kaylee get married.
They were so cute.
Their little girl was so
cuter
cute.
Than them.
She was better than them the entire wedding.
She's so adorable. They say she's a demon, but I don't believe them.
No, she's just too cute.
She's perfect.
Yep, and she knows the name of. She knows how to say Darth Vader.
Yes,
and she's only 3 years old.
She's so cute.
Anyways, but our friends Matt and Marla got married. And
they did.
And that's why we couldn't record this episode in time, right?
It's okay. It was totally worth it. But yes, that is why, because we were dog fucking tired when we got home last night. And we did technically get home with enough time that we could have recorded, but no. We're so fucking tired.
So it was a super light week at work for me. Then I had to work Saturday. They wanted to get together with their wedding people at their apartment. And, we thought maybe we can record before we go over there.
Or when we come home.
No. Then the next day they're like, oh, hey, get here early. We're going to have fun before the actual wedding. And we're like, okay, sure, cool.
And I'm so glad we did those things, but we did not have time to do anything else. It's a miracle that I went grocery shopping Saturday morning as soon as I woke up, because otherwise we would have had to go get some Taco Bell for dinner tonight because we wouldn't have had any groceries.
Yeah.
But I did a very thorough grocery shop.
But it was fun. I got to play video games with Matt and his friends, and you got to hang out with Marla and make some new friends, which you don't often do.
Yes, it's really hard to make friends as an adult. And I don't know how to say this. Going from having a really, really solid friend group to then finding out that your friends suck and are not really your friends anymore so much.
See, I don't have that problem. My problem is that we all grew up and we went our separate ways.
Yeah, you all live far away from each other, but mine just
It's like my friend group, my really close friend group is like a group of 6, 7, or 8 individuals, and they're spread all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to get together.
And
with
I
them.
know that friends grow apart, but I don't know. We just grew apart in a way that they're not far away and we don't see each other. But it's okay because I'm gonna cry. This is gonna be so awkward if they listen to this episode.
Cry,
but
cry.
It's really nice because it is really hard to make friends as an adult, and I have made one of the best friends of my whole life in Marla, and it's just wow. I'm 30 and I still made a really, really good friend. I don't know how I did this. And all of her friends are really cool, so I'm glad I got to meet them.
It took you 30 years to make a real friend.
No, I'm not saying that, because I have friends, but they're like yours and they're all far away and we don't talk all the time because we're on completely different life paths. They have children and stuff, or they work 1 billion hours a week and don't have time to breathe.
See, all of my friends and I, we have the same mentality. We don't want children. And whenever we talk, it's like we haven't spent a minute apart from each other. So.
And see, that's how I am with all of my friends from back home. It's just we're so far apart and it's hard to keep the constant lines of communication. But it is nice. I've really rekindled friendship with some that they weren't dwindling or anything. Just we didn't talk very much. Now we talk every day, which is really, really nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I did appreciate Matt's friends because they understood my jokes, because they are
they were super cool people. Like, I was so afraid that we were going to walk in and be like the awkward oddballs out, but like we all fit together seamlessly somehow. I don't know. It was awesome.
Yeah, like we understood all of each other's jokes. Nobody was like,
yes, exactly.
Even my weird suicide jokes, they understood.
Yes.
So
nobody called and reported you.
Like, I'm worried the fat flower guy is gonna kill himself. Which, yeah, I was a flower guy yesterday.
He did such a good job. He was inspired by Star-Lord.
Hey.
What? Yeah, no, it wasn't the TikTok version of that song. But he had
I had a hamster in my pocket. No, in the fanny pack where I had the
eucalyptus petals instead of flower petals, because they didn't really have flowers. They just had like succulents and greenery.
Deliciousness and greenery.
Yes, deliciouses. And they had lots of deliciouses.
Inside.
They had a dessert bar instead of a cake. And most of the things on that dessert bar were amazing. Yeah. There were some chocolate things that were not amazing.
I love the chocolate things. I love the everythings in that.
There was lots of glitter, lots of edible glitter. And yeah.
You still have glitter all over your face. And you showered like four times today.
It made my lipstick look really pretty. It complemented my lipstick very well because it was gold glitter on my like pinkish lipstick. It was beautiful. But yeah, I don't know how to get rid of all the damn glitter. Yeah. It's inside me. It's on my face. It's everywhere.
Yeah. You probably sneeze and glitter's going to come out. But I was a flower guy and I walked down to, what's the name of the
Come
song?
and Get Your Love.
Yeah. And
he twirled, he tossed, he
screamed at a hamster.
Into the hamster. He threw the hamster at me, and I knew he was going to do it, but I still wasn't prepared. Screwed up my video.
So you're probably going to post that video on Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah, I posted it on my personal Facebook and like on my close friends on my Bookstagram page. But now that the episode is out, I can post it for all of our listeners to see.
So yeah, if you want to see it, just go to Instagram /anovelconsole or
it'll be on Facebook as well and TikTok. Yeah,
everywhere. So yeah, it's a fun thing. It was very fun to scream at a hamster. Wish it would have been a real hamster.
I'm so proud. You did such a good job. I was so afraid you were gonna get nervous and like not get into it, but you did.
Why would I get nervous?
Because there were people watching you other than me.
Do I care what people think about me? Like,
no. But we're also both like really bad about like, you go ask the question. No, you go ask the question. I don't want to go ask the question.
No, see,
things like that.
The problem with that is I'm not going to go ask the question because it's not my question.
Oh my God. Just move on to the next topic, please. We're not going to argue about this.
You know what? It's awful.
Oh my God. What?
You know what is really, really bad?
What?
The laughing scene in Final Fantasy X.
Oh my God. We were sitting in the parking lot of this week's Scorbage. He was like, you have to watch this. And he showed it to me. And what did I say?
Okay, so the reason why I showed it to you is because we were talking about something. And I think we started talking about last week's episode with Thrak, where I told him that, I hate Final Fantasy X except for the combat.
Yes.
And I for some reason that came up, and I showed you the laughing scene, which is universally panned as the most horrific scene in any video game ever.
What does she say? Something like, I like to pretend that I'm not sad, and ha 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 ha, something like that. Oh my God. I like to smile and pretend I'm not sad.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
See, and the thing is, the original Kingdom Hearts did something somewhat like that. Sora was sad, and Donald and Goofy are like, well, you can come with us on our ship, but our ship runs and smiles. And they smile at Sora.
Oh, my God.
And Sora's like sad, and he just like puts his head up and gives like the biggest, cheesiest smile. And Donald and Goofy are like taken aback, and they just die laughing afterwards. That was funny.
But see, like, yeah, it's Donald and Goofy, so it's not as goofy as two humans saying, oh, I smile and I ha ha ha. No. Yeah, and then, he literally stands there and is like, ha ha ha. Like, that doesn't sound like you're enjoying yourself. I think you didn't understand the assignment.
So a little something funny about the cast of that game. If I'm not mistaken, that guy that was laughing, Titus or Titus or whatever the fuck. Titus or Titus or whatever the fuck people call him. He is voiced, if I'm not mistaken, by the same guy who voices Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh.
And the racist dude in the back that I pointed out with the hair.
Yes, the big guy.
Yeah. He's a racist in the game. That's just wow.
That's not allowed anymore.
And he is voiced by John DiMaggio, who voices Bender in Futurama. He voices Foo Dog in American Dragon, Jake Long.
Oh, okay.
He voices Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War. He voices a bunch of characters that, if you hear his voice, you're gonna know it's him. And the game just has like this really good, kind of like really good roster of voice actors, but the game is the story
terrible.
And some of it is really bad. It's a really bad game.
The whole laughing bit was really bad.
Yeah, it's awful. And it's supposed to convey this powerful message of you just gotta push on and be better than whatever. And no.
Fake laugh until you make it.
Fake laugh until you laugh for real. But we did manage to make some people laugh and cringe for real the other day.
At the wedding?
Going back to the night before the wedding.
The night before the wedding?
Yeah.
We made some people laugh and cringe?
Yeah.
What did we do?
We started talking about the sex toys.
Oh my God, yes. We told them about the vajankle and the egg thingy and the baby hand clamps. And
you ended up being baby hands in Jackbox.
I was baby hands the whole night. Everybody was changing their names, but I stayed baby hands the whole time. I think Marla stayed boob the whole time. But, there were some really creative names, in the game. But yeah, so I
was Ass Plunder.
Biggest McDickus or something like
Biggest
that.
Dickus? No, that was somebody else. I forgot my other names.
We're not going to talk about your one name.
Which one?
The booty one. No.
Booty. I don't remember. I remember I was part of the group, the Ass Eaters.
Yes. The Anal Planal. That was another group.
Oh God.
We were ass eaters though. We were ass eaters. Oh God. Other people were on the Anal Planal.
I did like the one game where you could like ask a question and have it answered by the all-knowing tablet or whatever the fuck it was. And like my question was like, why does it hurt every time after anal? And it didn't get picked.
God. No, my favorite part though was one of the Jackbox games we played. I don't remember the name of it, but basic Dictionarium or something where you define the phrase or whatever.
Right.
And basically one of the things that wound up coming about was like somebody's balls going numb. And you had to come up with a synonym for that, and somebody said Bingley, like Bingley from Pride and Prejudice.
Really?
Yes, his name is Charles Bingley. And spelled the exact same way that she spelled it. And she's like, yeah, because my balls are tingly. They're Bingley. And I won. I made it to second place from last place because nobody liked my other answers. When I said, damn, my girl making my balls all Bingley.
I was the one that said that the synonym for the word was when your nutsack goes numb.
So thank you. You led to Bingley, which led to me jumping from last place to second place with my girl making my balls all Bingley.
Fucking Jackbox.
It was so much fun. Like I wish it were acceptable to play that with 2 players because I would want to play video games all the time.
I expected that game to go completely different. Not exactly what it was, but it was fun. Not my cup of tea. It wouldn't be something that
had a good time.
It wouldn't be something that I would choose to play with a group of people, but it was still fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. So anyways, we made them cringe with the sex toys.
Yeah, I brought up pictures of the vajankle and like one of them, they were like screeching and like, what the fuck? Like, yep, my reaction exactly. But I think they may have even been more offended by the baby hand clamps.
They might have been.
Yeah.
They might have been.
They all seemed a little more grossed out by that.
Now, I do have one for this week that Burger Champ sent in.
Burger Champ has the worst ones.
Burger Champ is the king of...
what the fuck was that?
Burger Champ is the king of weird sex toys.
Oh, God.
Burger Champ is the king of weird stuff in general because he always sends the weirdest stuff.
He finds all of the things.
I don't know if he spends a lot of time on the internet or he just has ghost friends. But yeah, so this week he has what's called an anal hook.
Oh, boy.
From the website drclimax.com.
Oh, boy.
And it's basically a hook that you insert into your butthole.
And you pull it or something?
So let me take a look here. So let me read a little bit about it. What is an anal hook? An anal hook is a curved piece of metal with one end having a ball and the other having a loop. The function of the balled end is to sit comfortable inside the anal cavity of the submissive partner, and the loop itself used to either tie a rope through or a finger to be placed in to move the hook around. Typically, these hooks are about 1 inch thick and up to 6 inches long. The balls can usually be swapped out for different size balls based on the person's preference, as well as comfort. Inserting the anal hook carefully and making sure not to be too forceful are necessary to get the most out of the anal hook experience. It may take some time, but there is a fine line between pleasure and pain that needs to be tiptoed around. While that might put some people off, for others is the whole reason to give it a shot. Me and my husband have tried a number of different anal hooks over the years of experimenting with BDSM play. Here are the best anal hooks we've tried.
There are multiple anal hooks.
Yeah, one called the Dominic's Deluxe, the Dominic's Deluxe Small, the Sex Baby 3-ball hook, and the Romy Hook 2 steel ball.
Oh, boy.
And these all look pretty fucking awful.
They look pretty painful.
Yeah, Champ did provide a picture of a lady using one. So
thanks. So kind of you.
Here it is.
Wow. Okay. That's,
you see that?
That's a lot.
Inserted and a strap straight through her neck.
What the fuck? That would hurt my back so much. My back hurts just looking at this. My back can't take that. I'm too old for that shit. That's for some contortionists to use. What the fuck?
It just looks like straight up Pain the sex toy.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So unlike the Baldo or the alien thing, which were kind of funny, this just looks like plain straight up pain. All the way from the insertion to the actual use of it.
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
Yeah, I think this is a hard pass because wow, and it is all metal, like stainless steel metal, so it even looks horrifying.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so that's a no. So are you ready for this week's topic, Karradyne?
I am ready.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into some discussion time. All right, so for this week, I thought it would be fun to do books and games we didn't think we'd love, but we did. And I think this is going to be a topic we're going to revisit in the future because I have way more than just the 3 I picked. So Karradyne is going to start off with a book that she's talked about before that she actually enjoyed. And didn't you review this book on the podcast itself once?
I don't think I did. I feel like I read it pre-podcast, but I've talked about it several times. So Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, whatever the fuck you pronounce his last name. But it's a thriller, and I did not think I was going to like it, but oh my gosh, I had so many rave reviews, And I'm pretty sure I had like a credit for audiobooks or something, and I just downloaded it on a whim. It's like everybody talks about how amazing this book is. My sister told me it was amazing. And holy shit, I was riveted from the first page. I was like, I have to know what happens. And I like I said, I was listening to the audiobook, and I'll listen to it at work. And I wish I could like show you a picture of my face when I got to the part where you figure out who done it, because my jaw quite literally hit the floor. Literally.
Yeah, she had to have major extensive surgery to have it picked up from the floor afterwards.
I was shooketh to my core. And then I was really bummed when I had Marla read it and she figured it out. I was so bummed. I was like, how the fuck did you see that coming? I never, ever would have figured out who the fuck... And that's one of the things I don't like about thrillers. I feel like they're so predictable and boring and rapey. I hate it when they're fucking rapey. It's awful. And most of them are rapey. It's true. Like, I can't handle it. But this one is not really rapey, and it's just really good. It's awesome.
Huh.
Yeah.
So did you actually review this on the podcast?
No, I'm pretty sure I read it pre-podcast. But basically, there are two narrators. You have this woman who's been, she's in a mental hospital, and she won't speak. She supposedly murdered her husband, but she won't talk at all. Which is why silent patient, duh. And there's this like psychologist or some sort of person who gets the opportunity to work with her, and he's like so pumped. Like, oh my gosh, I get to work with this high profile case. I'm gonna get this woman to talk. I'm gonna figure out what happened. It's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I know you've talked about this book before.
I've mentioned it many, many times. I just don't remember. We haven't done this topic before, right?
No, not this topic.
Like, here I am just repeating myself.
Not this topic, but like I said, we'll probably revisit this topic again in the future. I know you've talked about this book before on the show because everything you just said sounds very familiar.
I'm pretty sure I reviewed the next book. Did I? One moment. Let me look at Goodreads and see when I read this book.
Okay.
Nope. I read it in January of 2020, and we didn't start the podcast till halfway through the year. More than halfway. August or September. Didn't we like publish the first episode in September?
Yes. Yes, we published the first episode in September.
But we recorded it last week of August and then re-recorded it.
That should have set a precedent for our podcast. Like, just the first episode was so bad we had to redo it.
It was real bad. Well, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And God, do you remember like those super extensive notes we took for every episode? I don't write anything down anymore. I just wing it.
Yeah,
you still take notes, but they're still not as intense as they were.
No, I am glad I stopped doing that because I would just sit here and just read and read and read, and you would play on your phone while I was reading.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Whatever. My first game is Mega Man ZX. So this is an action...
I thought you wouldn't like a Mega Man game?
Hold up, I'll tell you in a second. So this is an action platform game developed by Inti Creates and published by Capcom for the Nintendo DS. It was released on July 6, 2006 in Japan.
Aww.
And September 12, 2006 in North America. I think the reason why I love this game so much is because it was released in my birthday in Japan, and I didn't know it until just now. So this, I love Mega Man, right?
Yes, you love your Mega Man.
The Mega Mans. Stop saying the Mega Men, because man is his name, not an adjective. No, noun.
Wait, what? No,
not a noun. It's not a noun. It's his name. So, I obviously did play Mega Man X, X2. X3, the original Mega Mans, Mega Man Zero on the GBA. And honestly, I did not like any of them.
None of them?
None of them. They didn't make sense. I found them to be way too hard. I didn't think they were good games. But this game came out. I rented it from Video Avenue, because we had one across the street from the neighborhood we grew up in. And I remember that I got this game, and you were asking me earlier if I would have, when I was a teenager, I would have traded games in for girl, like if I
you would have hung out with a girl instead of playing a game.
Yeah, so I rented this game, and the night that I rented this game, this girl that I had been messaging with on MSN Messenger.
Oh dear, what the fuck?
On MSN Messenger,
ancient times.
In
not AIM. I used AIM
in 2006.
Wow.
She was from a couple of towns over, and I think we were both like 16 or something. And she convinced her sister to bring her over to the neighborhood where I live.
Oh my gosh.
So we could meet. And I had just rented this game, and Jorge was still living in Puerto Rico. So I'm like, hey, this girl is coming, would you mind coming with me? Just in case, something happens and it's not really a girl and whatnot. He says, yeah, sure. So we went down, and he says, oh, I'm going to be so bored. It's like, oh, don't worry. I rented Mega Man ZX, and here's my DS, so you can play if anything. And I remember he just sat there playing his game while I was hanging out with this girl. And when she left, I went up to him. I was like, how's the game? He's like, it's so good. I'm like, okay, then I got to take it because I rented it. He said, oh, man, I really want to keep playing this game.
It's like, I just covered for you, or didn't cover for you, but protected you.
Yeah. So I started playing the game, and I was completely blown away. It felt great. It played great. It sounded great. It looked great. It's humans who wear robot armors, like if they were Power Rangers, having like a transformation and everything. And the transformation thing called biometals have like personalities and shit. And they all kind of have like the personalities of the robot masters that they're based around. So you'll have one that's Mega Man, the Biometal X, which will have the personality of Mega Man X, then the Biometal Z, which will have the personality of Zero, and so on and so forth. And everything about this game just like completely hooked me to the point where I bought the game on DS, I beat it, and then the second one came out, and I bought it on launch day, which I don't remember when it was, but I was in high school and I was broke as shit. Somehow I got the money to buy it, and I bought it. I played the shit out of it, and right now I have like 5 different copies of this game.
Jeez.
I have it for the original DS, for Switch, for PS4. I have the digital version on Switch and the physical version on Switch. Like, I absolutely fucking love this game. And this game was so good that it made me want to retry the previous Mega Man games, because I somehow figured out, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to move and be offensive while also avoiding shit. I was like, this makes sense now. So I went back to the X games, to the originals, and through the Zero games, and oh god, this game just opened up the world of Mega Man for me.
That's awesome,
and that's why I love Mega Man now. So what's your next book?
My next book is Ice Planet Barbarians.
Ice Planet Barbarian?
Ice Planet Barbarians. Ice.
They're not Vikings, right?
No, they are not Vikings.
They're not Vikings?
They're more similar to, well, not even really.
The blue aliens from Thor?
yeah, they're like the ice giants.
The few French fries short of a Happy Meal?
Oh my god. No, I feel like they're more similar to ice giants than anything else, but they're not giants. They're just really big, muscular blue men. They also have horns and a tail, which ice giants do not have. Interesting. But I just picture Loki in ice giant form, and that makes it that much more fun.
Why are you this way?
Why am I this way?
Yeah, why are you like this?
I like Loki a lot. What?
I don't know.
You like, what's her face?
Kat Dennings?
No, well, yeah.
Jamie Alexander?
Yeah, her. Who is she?
Sif?
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like her a lot.
Yeah, so?
So? What's wrong with me liking Loki?
I mean, but
what's wrong with me picturing Loki in alien porn?
Okay, so it's fine that you like Loki. It's fine that you like Tom Hiddleston. It's weird that you like CGI monsters Tom Hiddleston.
I mean, he's still Tom Hiddleston.
Is he though?
He is. Even in his cartoon form, he's still Tom Hiddleston. I was thinking about that What If episode where he was Ice Giant the whole time.
Giant Ice Bro.
Because he was never adopted. Oh, God, by Odin. So yeah, I went into these thinking I was going to hate them because I didn't think I was going to read more than the first one. Aaron had read it like back when it first got popular. Well, not first got popular. These have actually been around for a while now. But like maybe like a year ago or so, they had a big surge on Bookstagram. Like everybody's like, oh my God, alien porn, woo! And Erin read it and she's like, I don't get the hype. I don't get it at all. It's not good. Don't read it. It's like, okay. And then I just noticed just a couple weeks ago that it was available on Scribd, which is one of the audiobook apps that I use. I was like, you know what? I just finished a book that I didn't like. What the fuck? I'm just going to do it. It's short. It's sweet. I want to know what the hype's about. I had just seen a paperback copy of it at Barnes & Noble. They have new exclusive covers for the first 3 books. They're really cute. Now I want them. And I thought about picking it up, but I resisted. It was the day that I was mistaken for a Barnes & Noble employee. I was contemplating taking it home with me when this girl interrupted me. She
made you put your porn down.
Oh gosh, maybe that's why she thought I was an employee, because I was putting the porn down instead of walking away with the porn. But oh my gosh, they're so much fun. They're really weird and they're really graphic, and yeah, it's alien sex with a human, but they're really good. They're so much fun. I am enjoying them so much.
When we record this Patreon episode of this shit, it's gonna be weird.
It's not gonna be as detailed as the Chrono Trigger stuff, because obviously I didn't read it and take notes because I didn't know that we would wind up doing something like this. But I will definitely go into way more detail.
To be fair, I did cut down a lot of the fat from Chrono Trigger.
Jeez, you could have fooled me.
It was dense and inconsistent. So, but I did love Chrono Trigger. Wow. So, I Planet Barbarians.
Mm-hmm. It's so much fun. And that's really what it is. Like, it's not a work of literary greatness. It's not profound in any way. It's just downright dirty fun.
To me, it almost sounds like one of those softcore porn movies from HBO.
You said softcore porn.
Yeah, softcore porn.
You said softcore porn.
Soft corn.
Corn porn.
It sounds like one of those.
Instead of corn poops, you got corn porn.
Softcore porn movies from Showtime, not HBO, from Showtime. So like,
wait, remind me what softcore porn is.
Where all they do is like touch and kiss, and there's just boobs and nothing else.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 Their genitalia is described in vivid detail, and all of the things they do with that genitalia is described in vivid detail. And like in the first book, the first interaction with this big blue alien is her waking up to him eating her out and describing in vivid detail what it feels like and what he's doing. Yeah, we'll get there on Patreon. It's fine. Don't stop looking at me like that.
Oh, God.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
Oh boy. And they say that men are dirty. Anyways.
I mean, we all have our thing, our kink.
I guess yours is giant blue aliens.
I guess so.
So I don't even know how to continue this shit. So my next game is Tales of Symphonia. It is an action role-playing game released on the Nintendo GameCube on August 29th, 2003 in Japan. It was published by Namco Bandai, and it is the 5th core product of the Tales series. The game was localized and released in North America on July 13th, 2004. Yep. So this is Tales of Symphonia. This is an RPG. So kind of like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, except that, and I absolutely completely fucking love this about this game. Because up to this point, the RPGs that I had played were Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IV, like games where you had random encounters. You know, you would be walking and all of a sudden a fight starts and you got to fight this enemy and it's turn-based. You attack, they attack, you attack, they attack, you attack, they attack until it's over. And honestly, I had completely gotten burnt out of from those types of games.
Mm-hmm.
And my neighbor from across the street, who I found out recently has listened to a couple of episodes from the podcast.
Oh, thanks for listening.
Yeah, so
if you listen to this one.
Yeah, thank you for listening, Javier. And also thank you for introducing me to Tales of Symphonia.
Yes, thank you. You gave us content.
You gave us content, but you also made me love a whole series and find a deeper appreciation for a genre. So
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So he did something really cool. So Tales of Symphonia, it's different from all these other RPGs because you have your characters, right? You're walking around the map and you actually see the enemies you get to fight on the map. So if you want to fight them, you walk to them and start the fight. Or if you don't want to fight them, you can entirely just walk around them and avoid them.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Which is awesome. Then the other cool thing that I absolutely fucking loved about this game is that when you start the fight, you actually control the characters and fight. Like you move them around, you attack, and you do the special attacks yourself. Like if it was a beat 'em up game like fucking Streets of Rage or Scott Pilgrim or whatever.
That's awesome.
It is so fucking awesome. And then on top of it all, the story was completely batshit. It was about this girl called Colette, who was the chosen of destiny. And she has to go on a pilgrimage where she has to gain the powers of an angel to save the world from losing all of its mana, which is his magic source.
That's a lot of pressure.
And it goes really deep into what it means to become an angel. It basically means to lose your entire humanity, to the point where there's a part where the character that you control most of the time, Lloyd, gives her a cup of coffee and tells her, "Oh, be careful, it's hot," after he's given it to her. And she says, "Oh yeah, it is hot." And he says, "No, it's actually cold." And she says, "Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. It is cold." He says, "No, it's actually scalding hot." And she's like, "Oh." And he's like, "I know you can't feel anything. You got stabbed in a fight the other day and you didn't feel anything. You're losing your humanity because you're becoming an angel." And it has those sorts of moments throughout the entire story. It is just so good. And then it takes a crazy fucking ass turn in the middle of the game where you find out there's another entire world that's parallel to your world in a somewhat separate dimension, but not really. It's kind of like in a pocket. And it's just so crazy, the shit that goes on and how the angels are not really what they seem. And it is just a fantastic game. And it just turned me on into an entire series that is, every single game has gotten better than the last one. And yeah, Tales of Symphonia started it all. And it's such a good game.
Awesome.
Yeah. I would love a remake of the game. Just keep the same story. Just give me updated gameplay, and I'm happy. So, what's your last book?
My last book is not a book, but a book grouping, an author. It's Junji Ito in general.
A mangaka.
Yeah, because I remember, I know when you like told me that you wanted the Junji Ito stuff. It was like when Barnes and Noble had their manga sale that they'll do every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like
buy two get one or something like that. Yeah. And you're like, you're not gonna want to read this. This is horrifying. You'll hate it. Blah 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 blah. And then it's like, oh, horror month. Read this. And even though I liked Uzumaki more than I liked Tomi, they're both still things that I think if I'd read them like 10 years ago, I would have noped out real fast. They're pretty scary, and like, I mean, they're nightmare fuel, but I really, really liked them. And yeah, it's not my typical go-to, not my cup of tea, but I enjoy Junji Ito for some reason. I don't know. I think maybe because they're so outrageous. I don't know. Like, I know that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to come home and you're not going to be in a literal spiral on the floor because you've become obsessed with spirals.
You know, I'm kind of excited for this year's horror month because we have so much more Junji Ito for you to go through. And
we do? Oh, yeah, because we have that Viz Media app.
And
which is so fucking cheap. It's crazy.
We still have Gyo, which you hadn't read. We have Smashed. We have
and
Frankenstein.
That other thing, yeah.
We have a lot of Junji Ito for you to read, and I think you would. I think you would like Smashed. It's kind of an anthology of stories, and it's. I really enjoyed Smash. It made me want to read the rest of them, which I've only read Uzumaki and part of Tomi. I need to finish Tomi and continue on.
Shame,
because it's good.
You never finish the book.
I never finished.
You never finish. Shame.
It's gonna be weird for that one episode we're doing sometime soon where I read the book and you play the game, because there's a game I want you to play really bad and you're kind of excited to play it too.
I am kind of excited to play it.
So that'll be fun. Anything else you want to say about Junji before we continue to my last game?
If you think you will hate horror, or if you think you'll hate Junji Ito, you should still give it a try, because I thought I would hate it.
That was great.
And I didn't.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so my last game is the one and only Dark Souls.
You didn't think you were going to like Dark Souls? Praise the sun! That's like my one and only takeaway from any of these games.
Praise the sun?
Yes.
I thought I was going to absolutely hate Dark Souls.
Why?
So, when I got a PS3, my cousin Omar had already had his for a year or so he had a bunch of games, and so I went over to his house to borrow a couple of games, and one of them was Demon Souls, and I said, hey, what's this game? And he says, oh, it's really hard, you're probably not gonna like it, so stay away from it. And I was like, okay, whatever, sure, fine.
I would just like to say that I am shocked that Omar's mother let him have a game called Demon Souls.
Oh, Omar's been an old-ass man for years.
Oh, so he was older than
he's
not under his mother's jurisdiction?
Yeah, I think he's 5 or 7 years older than me. Yeah, he's a little bit, quite a bit older than me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know him, but I know his mother.
Oh, Omar's great. He's reminds me a lot of my coworker Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of each other. So I think that's why I'm so fond of Lewis and protective of him. Anyways, so Dark Souls, a little bit about it. It's a 2011 action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Namco Bandai Games, a spiritual successor to From Software's Demon Souls. This game is the second installment in the Souls series.
Isn't Bloodborne part of this too?
Yes. So the genre or the games made by From Software are referred to as the Soulsborne games.
Okay.
So Sekiro is part of that, Bloodborne, the Dark Souls, Demon Souls Remake, and now Elden Ring, which comes out this week.
Don't you have figures from this game?
I do. They're behind the TV.
Praise the sun.
I don't have Praise the Sun.
Praise the sun.
I do have the figures for the collector's edition of Dark Souls 2 and 3, which I didn't buy, but my buddy Jay gave them to me when he moved from Tallahassee.
Right.
Yeah, he gave them to me. So anyways, my cousin Omar said, don't even think about it. You're going to hate it. It's like, all right, fine. You know me, so probably. Then I remember there was a game coming out. I don't remember exactly which one, but it was also coming out the same night that Dark Souls was coming out. So it was like a midnight event. And I was at GameStop, and for some reason I was texting my buddy Jay. I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm buying this game. And he says, oh, are they doing the midnight release also for Dark Souls? So I'm like, let me check. So I asked the guy, he said, yeah, we're doing it. He says, okay, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. So Jay gets there, and he buys Dark Souls, and he starts talking to me about it. And I'm like, huh, this sounds fun. He said, yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. You know, if you want, you can buy it. We'll both play it together. I'll help you get through the game. It's going to be awesome. And I told him, I was like, all right, so I'll guess I'll buy it. So I went by the next day because the store had already closed by the time he convinced me. I got the game. I never played it with him. We never played it together online.
Shame.
But I did put a shit ton of hours into this game, and I kept asking him, hey, what's the best thing that I could do? What's the best thing that I should do? What's my best path? And he says, oh, you should do a pyromancer. That way you got fire. You can still be offensive and physical and this and that. It'll be the easiest way. And I was like, okay.
And you can praise the sun.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'll say what you think is best. And I fell in love with Dark Souls. It was great. I did play a lot of Sekiro when it came out, and I always wanted to go back to Sekiro to finish it because I think I am halfway through the game, and at least Bloodborne, I started playing it. I died immediately on that first fight with the giant wolf at the beginning of the game, and then I just kept playing, and I played straight through till Father Gascon, which is, I think, the second boss. I beat him, and I was like, this is too easy. I'm not playing it anymore. So I stopped playing Bloodborne. I did buy it. I have it over there on the shelf, but I think it's going to take some time before I get back into it and actually give it another try. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. So, are you ready for our favorite segment?
I am.
What's our favorite segment?
Give me the garbage.
All right, that is Give Me the Garbage.
Restaurant is Peach Valley Cafe in Orlando, Florida. Obviously, all of our restaurants are in Orlando, Florida, so I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so I had been to this place years ago. Why are you making a weird face?
Because I have the email open every time that we're recording and whatnot, and we just got an email that says, the headline is like, they like you, they really like you, and it says you've got one new notification on TikTok.
What the hell? I can't.
At this point, like, why the fuck are you even sending me an email?
I can't. So I had been to this place a couple of years ago, and I think I ordered one of the things that we had, and I didn't love it. Because when I tasted it this time, I was like, oh, I don't love this. And I think that's one of the reasons why I never even thought to go back there. But then a couple weeks ago, my friend Jen invited me to go to, well, she invited both of us, but he was working, go to brunch. And we went back there. I was like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking good. Gotta bring hubby here. So I took off Valentine's Day for a mental health day. So we went there for brunch, and I think he loved it too. Yeah. You loved almost all of it?
I absolutely loved it.
Yes.
It was the best Eggs Benedict I've had in my entire life.
Yeah, apparently we're just on a breakfast spree right now. It's coming to an end, I promise. But
yeah,
we didn't do this on purpose.
It'll end this week. Probably next week we'll have something, not breakfast, to talk about.
So Peach Valley is famous I use that generously, for their apple fritters. Their Wi-Fi password is even fritters. So in case you're ever nearby Peach Valley Cafe, no, their Wi-Fi password is fritters.
Yeah.
But they're these deep fried apple bread balls rolled around in cinnamon sugar, and they even bring them out in a paper bag that is full of cinnamon sugar, and they shake it up at the table and then dump it on a plate for you, and they give you a cup of strawberry yogurt to dip them in. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's like heaven in a little cinnamon sugar ball.
So a lot of pastries that actually use apple, it's not actually apple.
Is it like apple pie filling? Not apple pie filling. That's apple.
So apple pie filling has apple flavoring.
Right.
But the actual fruit pieces that it has inside, it's not apple. I don't remember the name of the fruit, but it is a fruit that's basically tasteless, that it takes on the flavor of whatever you put in. So just think fruit tofu.
That's disgusting.
That's the best way that I can explain it. And I appreciate that this people actually
use real apples.
Use real apples. And I don't like that it's I'm not gonna say I don't like, because I actually did really like it. I would have preferred for them to have used green apples instead of red apples, because the apples that they put inside of these fritters are red, so you get that sweet, almost I don't even know how to explain it, like bready apple flavor.
See, I love red apples. They're my favorite.
I love yellow and green apples.
Red apples all the way.
I just like
all day.
I just like the sourness. The sourness.
No, I want my sweet apple.
So I did like them. I really did like them because it was real apples and the
that strawberry yogurt. Oh man, you wouldn't think of that being the combo, but they work really well together.
And I think the reason why it works so well is because the cinnamon with the strawberry yogurt are just like a bomb pair.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So those fritters, they were really good. I would have wished they were green apple, but they were still really fucking good.
They're delicious.
Now, next up in the pictures, we have the
very
stuffed
berry French toast, wild berry, yeah.
Stuffed berry French toast.
So I think this is what I think I ordered last time that I didn't love, and is why I never went back. It was, so like the fruit, it was almost like the fruit wasn't ripe. It wasn't ready. So it was really sour, where I felt like it was sour.
You felt like it was sour.
And bitter. Well, bitter more than anything else, I think. It was not sweet at all. At all. Whereas I thought it was going to be a sweet berry bomb.
I would have loved
a
sour berry bomb, but it was just bitter sugarness.
It was super bitter. The mascarpone was good, but it was not good.
I also think that the bread was whole grain.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I can see that just in the picture. Yeah, I think that might be.
And it also didn't help that the fruit were completely fucking hammered when they cooked them. Like they are just completely overcooked.
Yeah, they're like falling apart.
They
mushy as fuck.
I don't know. I don't know if it's, they have maybe the fruit like boiling in a pot, getting ready for whenever they order, they just scoop it out.
I wish it had been fresh fruit.
But they are
more than anything else.
They are just beat the fuck up.
Yeah, they really were. Like we left most of it on the plate. We took maybe 2 or 3 bites, and the waitress actually took it off our bill because we told her it was not good.
Which we
didn't ask for. Yeah, I mean, it was very nice of her. She offered,
and we were more than willing to pay. Because
I felt bad when she asked if we wanted a box. I was like, no, and she's like, was it not good? I was like, yeah, it was definitely not good. But I mean, she thought we ate everything else. Like, I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, no. I would like to try the regular French toast without the berries. But the mascarpone was good. I feel like the way that the French toast was cooked was good. It's just the fruit just ruined the whole thing. And I'm not 100% sure if the bread was whole grain, which would be fucking weird for French toast.
I feel like we wouldn't have ordered it if the description had said that.
Yeah, no, we definitely would have fucking stayed away. Now, we also had the waffle. The Belgian
pecan waffle.
Belgian waffle?
Was it Belgian? I don't know. I don't remember.
With pecans. And something I wish I would have known before I ordered this was how
many pecans they were going to put on top of it. There's so many pecans. It's a pecan explosion.
It's like they took a whole bag of pecans and just shook it over the fucking waffle.
Yes.
And then they powdered the entire thing with powdered sugar. And then they put a ball of butter on top. And then I drowned it with maple syrup. And I absolutely loved it.
It was very tasty.
I loved how the waffle was like crispy and then it was soft inside. It was like the perfect waffle. And then those pecans on top just gave it that nice texture with the syrup and everything. And oh Lord, it was so good. This was like the perfect waffle. More perfect than Waffle House. But holy shit. I did hate one thing about this waffle, and I hated it. And it wasn't the waffle's fault.
It was the butter.
No.
No?
I hated that it had so many pecans that I ate all of them.
Oh,
because
right.
I am a pecan fiend.
He loves his pecans.
And then my mouth felt like it was coated in deodorant. Like
way to go.
Oh, like my teeth felt rubbery and like my tongue felt like it was coated in like Vaseline or something.
Awful feeling.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling. I really don't like it, but oh my God, I don't regret it. It was so fucking good. Now, tell me about your sausage and biscuits.
Oh my God. I got the biscuits with sausage gravy and a side of bacon because you got to have bacon when you go into a brunch joint. Come on. The bacon was cooked to perfection. It was so crispy. It was so, oh God, so good. Okay, but the biscuits and sausage gravy, these biscuits are like some hearty biscuits. They are big. They're not your teeny tiny little Cracker Barrel biscuits. Not to hate on Cracker Barrel because they're tasty, but they're tiny. They're so tiny. They're very big, flaky biscuits. And their sausage gravy, oh my gosh. It is definitely more sausage heavy. Like it is some chunky gravy, and it is so creamy and so rich, and the sausage is really flavorful, and oh my God, the bite of the gravy and the sausage with the biscuits just, but they have a special sauce. I can't talk about the sauce yet. But it makes the food so much better. Okay, well then you talk about your food. Then we're going to go back to talking about our food with the sauce on it.
I am. Okay, so I had the Eggs Benedict with the potatoes, the house potatoes or whatever.
Home fries.
Home fries?
Home fries is what they call them, yeah.
Home fries were fucking awesome. They were so good. They were all crunchy, all soft. They were, holy shit, they were good. Those were good ass fries. Like I've had a lot of breakfast home fries that are honestly bland, bad crap, and these were holy shit. They were so good, especially with that sauce you talked about, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it also comes with a little cup of honeydew and cantaloupe
melon.
So that I took a bite of the honeydew and the melon, the ones on top, and I hate honeydew and melon. I do not like them at all. And I was like, oh wow, these are good. And then I ate the rest of them, and I was like, oh no, they're just bad. It was just the first few were good. I just don't like honeydew and melon. They're probably delicious for people who like them, but for me, no, they were disgusting. But the Eggs Benedict, they gave you like these giant ass English muffins with a huge ass cut of Canadian bacon, and then a perfectly poached egg on top with the hollandaise sauce.
It was very tasty.
This is the best.
Oh boy.
This is the best hollandaise sauce I have ever had. It was so freaking good. Like I wanted to spoon it up and eat it.
They definitely know how to do breakfast.
Now, I did put the sauce, which is what? What's the sauce?
Okay, so it is onion and peach pepper sauce. Oh my God.
So I put that on the potatoes, and then I used the potatoes to scoop up the hollandaise sauce that was left over. Oh boy. It is such a good sauce. It is like a little bit savory, very sweet, not spicy at all. It is the most delicious sauce ever.
So when I went with Jen, or the group that we went with, they were all like, you got to try this sauce. It's so good. So I think I like hesitantly put it on some of my bacon. I was like, oh shit. So I drizzled it over all of my sausage gravy, and it is bomb on that sausage gravy. It gives it like just an extra little kick. It's not spicy by any means. It's just It's like...
It feels a little bit zesty.
Yeah. It adds a fun kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bomb. It is so fucking good on that gravy with the biscuits. Oh. I could bathe in that sauce.
I'm going to say this place is a straight up garbage.
It really, really is. I think the place that we could most closely compare it with would be Kiki's, but it is so much better and so much cheaper and so much more worth it. Because, like, obviously we've never reviewed Kiki's because it gave me food poisoning, but it was like the same food, lower quality, super high price.
Kiki's.
I remember us going to Kiki's and spending you spent like $80 on breakfast. It was ridiculous. It was outrageously expensive for an omelet and whatever the fuck you ordered. I don't remember.
Eggs
it was a long
Benedict.
time ago. Yeah.
I think the Eggs Benedict were like $15.
Whereas here, we got way more food than we did there, and we paid way less.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know for a fact that just my biscuits and bacon alone would have been $12 because that's what I paid when I went with Jen.
You keep judging me every time I ask for apple juice. I asked for apple juice, and I don't know what's with these places not giving you ice in your apple juice. That's just weird that they don't do that.
Yeah, they also ask if you want a small or a large, and you say large, and I'm convinced that they keep bringing you small cups because they're little. Like, I hate to see the small apple juice. Jeez.
But it was really good apple juice too. Like, oh my God, this whole place,
It's really, really good. The only thing is, if you decide to go, they are busy as fuck, and they close at 2:30 every day because they are a brunch breakfast place, and they are busy. Even on a Monday, they were busy.
It was Valentine's Day though.
It was but Valentine's Day is not a day that you have off. Like, it's not a holiday that the companies give you or school gives you.
I mean, but I feel like a lot of people
you could take off.
I feel like a lot of people would take it off just to be with their significant other. I had it off. You took it off.
But I took it off for mental health, not because it was Valentine's Day.
Sure.
It was just convenient.
Keep telling yourself that.
Oh, please.
All right. So, garbage, right? That's it?
Yes. We won't think about the French toast. That was a fluke. Everything else was garbage.
Yeah, no. I mean...
And the fact that they were super nice and noticed that we didn't like it. That also goes a million miles.
Yeah, I feel like we've had places that we've given garbage to that we've hated, absolutely hated one of the things, and we still give it a garbage.
Yeah, so. It's still definitely... And it wasn't...
It was just the berries. The berries were just overpowering, and they were hammered as fuck. That's it.
Right. It wasn't a bad dish. It was just not for us.
Yeah. So, that's it. Let's go ahead and get in some housekeeping, and we'll go ahead and close out this episode. So first off, Patreon, $2 a month. We finished the Road to Chrono Trigger. We are doing something for this week. It should be out Thursday, if not Friday. We're gonna aim for Thursday. Hopefully we don't get completely fucked up this week with work and have to postpone it till Friday. But another episode is coming this week, so keep your eyes out for it. It's gonna be fun. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget that you can also tell your friends that they can find a podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms, or that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, which we'd ever be so grateful.
What?
I hate the way that you wrote that.
I'm so sorry.
It would also be awesome if you could leave reviews on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, so more people can find us. We're also on Good Pods. We are going to be on the Wisdom app soon. We're just waiting on a thing from them. We're on Stitcher. We're everywhere. If you can find podcasts in that specific platform, we're definitely there. So tell your friends about that and have them listen, because we love seeing those numbers go up. You can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com, and we will read your email on the show, or not. Your choice. We like to have fun. Or if you just like to talk through email, we're down with that too. And our art was done by Metamorphic A. She is on Instagram. You can find her link in the show notes, and you can get some great commissions done by her. And anything else you want to say before we end the show, Karradyne?
I do not believe so.
I thought you were going to say, I do not believe in reptilians, but okay.
I do not believe in reptilians.
Watch one of them show up by the side of your bed tonight.
Don't say that. Oh, God.
All right, then do you want to say goodbye to everyone, Karradyne?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.